3, 2, 1.
And it's game time. Connex5 here with 2K4 CTF. This is our MLUT season week 4 match between Team SaSSy and Playing with Flair, Team Woo. This will be map 2. SaSSy took November, which was Woo's map pick, pretty convincingly, 4-0. Now we're going to see them play a not entirely dissimilar map in Pistola. It's a little more wide open, however. You can see there's double the entrances and exits, and a little bit more of an open mid area as we see SaSSy pushing Zeos forward. The defender coming all the way out with that amp. I'm wondering if he's going to go on offense. Nope, he's going to drop back with that. So I'm going to go ahead and watch him, see if he can pluck some people off for us. Oh no, he does. He actually pushes up with this amp, which is not unheard of. However, he probably called to one of his teammates to fall back in his wake. So he's going to go down with that amp. However, Mintek still has us alive, and that flag goes back. Kind of like what we saw in November, you're very rarely going to see one flag carrier, solo run flag to flag, just because you have such a long route through mid. You typically have to fight your way through. So you're going to see a lot of big team deathmatch scrums, a lot of battles coming through. Try to get through these bottlenecks back into your base. Mintek's going to get a grab here, probably go out minigun, bounces up the jump pad, heads over to lightning gun. Nope, he's going to let his cover set up out the 50 armor. I'm going to follow him now. He actually goes down. Fine, we'll follow Met going out minigun like a good boy. Oh, getting pistoned. I think he was pistoned and flaked at the same time, so bad things happening for both flag carriers. This amp will be up soon, however, and given how open this mid area is, one good amp run can single-handedly push a flag across this map. So this will be very important, which team can control it, and if not control it, at the very least negate the other team's use of it. GS3K is coming in, only 2 health, however. So he's going to try to do some damage. Red flag is already moving. However, that low health is going to make it tricky. He has to be careful how much he exposes himself while trying to do damage to this defense. And Mlut's able to come over with some help defense. I'm going to go ahead and watch some of the red D. And typical split here, you're probably going to have one person in the flag room, likely Mlut, and then probably Dark Virus over there on the 50 armor. And like we were saying on November, you're going to have one of them pushing out to mid to help escort flag carriers and help on the power-ups. And Mlut spawning right there on that minigun. It's bad news for GS3K. However, he's able to pull that shield gun up, get across mid. He's going to get a pickup, and those are the keys around here. This side of the map, going up this hill into your 50 armor, is where you need to fight through to be able to have a chance to cap. Red team needs to sneak behind him and get a grab. They're not going to do it. And Blue, once again, within the first 3 minutes of the game, able to pull a cap across. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the red team yet again to try to stay aggressive here. It'll be interesting to see if that opens the game up at all. We didn't necessarily see that happen in November, but I think that was more because the blue defense was just so dominant. Wouldn't be surprised to see Dark Virus or whoever's playing 50 armor D for the red team actually push out further into mid earlier in the game, if nothing else, to help control all these power-ups. What that will do, though, is that'll leave Mlut pretty much on an island back on their flag. And so that'll leave their flag open for grabs, and they're just going to have to hope they can turn around and keep those flag runs bottled up by dropping back on them. However, given how little success they've had moving blue flag across the map, I'm sure Killer's getting pretty frustrated right now. That may not be a bad move. I mean, that may be the kind of risk they need to take, as we see GS3K bringing another flag home already. So blue team just jumping out to a quick lead. I'm not sure if he actually got the cap in the last one. Nope, he has 2 touches, but 1 cap already. So blue team's already converted 2 of their quality flag runs into caps, and they're well on their way to another dominant win. As Met's trying to sneak in on Chowie. Chowie's able to take him out. Killer with a sneaky little grab there, and he's going to get out to 50 armor, but he needs to get this kill, or he needs his cover to show up. He's backing back up, trying to be patient. He's going to be able to pick up some vials, so he's going to look good on health. He actually still has some armor left over from that 100 armor. And so what he's doing right now is he's trying to make it out minigun. This is a slower exit out to mid, but once you get there, it's a quicker route across mid. So you see him pistoning, trying to boost himself across the map, trying to outrun the defense. Zeos able to take him down from a distance, though. And I think we saw Zeos just go dominating, so I'm going to switch over to him again so that we can watch him lose his streak immediately, as is always the case whenever I put my camera on someone who's on a killing spree. There are those vials we talked about. Smart defenders will get a timing of them and constantly keep them in their own hands. You cannot allow the enemy offense to come in and start soaking up those vials in your base, because you need to keep a health advantage on them if you're going to defend this base effectively. And what we're seeing from Red right now, on November they were always coming in and always having the health disadvantage against the defense. We're still seeing that on Pistola. However, they're also not coming in as a group, and Pistola is one of those maps where one person really can't get the flag very far by themselves. You're going to need at least two people. If nothing else, you need someone to distract the defense. And what we're seeing by SaSSy here, he's not running around taking crazy, flick shots. He's just setting himself up well. He's a very mobile defender, which I think sets him apart from a lot of the frag heavy defenders. I mean, he's over here sneaking out, getting kills in mid. Oh, as we see those rockets coming in from Toggle, kind of brutal there. But the effectiveness of SaSSy and the reason that I like them not playing him on the flag is that he likes to move around, which makes him very unpredictable. He's going to get a lot of shots on people that aren't facing him because the incoming attackers don't know where to look for him. And that's part of the key to the effectiveness here. And you see him pushing all the way out to mid, hitting those attackers on the way in when they're vulnerable and they have no idea, where to expect these shots coming from. And I think that's what we're seeing from the Red offense right now. Is they're a little bit confused. They don't know where to look for him, and so they're taking damage all over the place. And here you see Met had no chance, never even had a shot on SaSSy, and he's just running around erasing people that he gets near. GS3 here, taking a smiley flak ball to the face there. Orange is going to pick this up. Probably not going to go very far, though. He does pick up an armor. Double kill. Gets that kill. Killer waiting on the 100 armor. I think Blue stole it. However, it's not going to be in their flag runner's hands, so he's going to need someone here for a pickup, because that minigun's going to chew him up. Mintek wisely picks it up. He's got that 100 armor. This is bad news for Red. He's going to be able to piston back to base. They need to get a grab. Oh, a nice last-second return there coming in. So Flare able to get up there and body block, and then get a quick return. So a heads up play there by Red Team. They actually did have someone ahead to get a grab as well. So they played that one very well, able to finally deny Blue, as Blue had converted on 2 of their quality flag runs, and finally stopping them once they got back into their base. Tricky little jump there by Met. He's going to get out to mid, try to be a little bit unpredictable. Again, this isn't a map where you can outrun your pursuers, but you can certainly try to double back and switch your routes and try to trick them and make them waste time. And that flag gets returned in mid. GS3K, meanwhile, sneaks across mid. Nobody had eyes on him. And everyone was so concerned with Red flag carrier that they kind of just let him go. And once that flag got returned, it was pretty easy for him to cap that. So just under the 12-minute mark here, coming up to the halfway point. Looks like Blue is in pursuit of their flag, and they all fall back, and they've got the numbers there. Killer with the cherry pick. Kind of surprised to see that. Cherry picking usually doesn't get you very far in this map, given that the bottleneck is still going to be out in mid. So a bit of a desperation move maybe, or maybe some miscommunication. See Met jumping around. We actually seen some pretty nice evasive actions by Met with the flag here. However, he just hasn't been able to get much going with it. And Orange now taking damage from all kinds of directions. He's going to go down real quick. Let's go ahead and get a view of this red flag that has been under siege so far. 3 caps in the first half of Pistola is a pretty high scoring game. Typically, if you score 3 or 4 caps in this map, you're gonna count on winning. Doing it in the first half is going to give yourself a huge lead. And it looks like Blue Team is falling back a lot of times whenever their map is, or whenever their flag is getting to the middle of the map. Red Team needs to identify this and start pushing their 50D, which would be Dark Virus here, up a lot more aggressively. Given that they're down 3, it's probably what they need to do regardless of what Blue Team is doing. And here we see Blue now running as a unit, getting out to mid, just outnumbering the Red defense. GS3K misses a piston jump, so he's going to get cut off here. Red Team will have plenty of times to get this return. There they go. They come in, they swarm him, and meanwhile, Blue flag is moving. He's going to come right back out to his teammates, get a bunch of kills behind him. He's going to try to switch this up, going up to the amp, trying to be sneaky. Blue team was just waiting for him, though, and that up-close flak will end your life in a hurry. And, of course, whenever you go down right in front of a defender, they're typically going to get that return instantly. We're going to watch Orange try to cover himself here. Mlut doing a good job of defense. They've slowed these flag grabs down. Dare I say, the last couple minutes, Red team has actually had the momentum offensively. However, still having trouble getting past that halfway point in the map. They're getting out to mid a lot more in the last few minutes than they had the first 5 to 7 minutes of this game. But they still have yet to get back into their own base with the flag. Now GS3K trying to cover himself out in mid. You see him go up to those health pickups. He's going to cross an amp. Kind of a tight area, however, so once they see you in there, it's kind of a death sentence. You're really trying to be unpredictable whenever you take that path. Trying to get a view of the blue flag here. There we go. Shower just showing prediction combos all over the place. Met we've seen being, I guess, the primary flagger. Him and Killer have been the primary flag runners. So Met essentially taking on the role that FailSaSSy would normally play. I think Killer actually did kill himself with that combo. No, he actually got killed by someone else's combo. We're seeing blue team here absolutely swarming red base. Red has been able to do, like I say, they've been able to keep their flag under control a lot more in the last few minutes. So credit to Mlut on the flag and Dark Virus. Although I would like to see them push Dark Virus up a little bit more. We're down to 8 minutes left in this game. 3 caps is a lot to make up on a map where it's just not very easy to cap quickly. And you can probably count on the blue team playing more conservatively, and we've seen them already dropping back. They see 3 up there on offense, able to get good pickups, but they still need someone pushing up there and able to help clear the path here. Killer's going to go down any second. They need someone there for a pickup. They're able to get it, but their team is just completely outnumbered. Blue is all over the place. GS3K getting the kill and on a killing spree with his flag in his hands. Red team is probably all behind him. Ooh, they take him down at the last second, but once they turn this corner, it's going to be really difficult for Red to catch up. Ooh, Killer actually gets that last second combo and the return. So a nice job by Killer not giving up in the pursuit. They would really like a rebound cap right now, though. He still has 103 health. He's going to get out towards minigun. Blue team doesn't seem to know where he's at. Now they do, but they're all behind him, so if he can get a couple cover kills here. You see Toggle there running into his teammates. He's going to head towards his 50. They're able to get a good pickup there by Met. That keeps this run alive. Their flag's not home, so they can take their time, but once again, everywhere we look, it looks like blue team is just outnumbering red. SaSSy's just seems like they have an extra man all over the map, and it's kind of how they've looked all match. It almost looks like they're playing 6-on-5 here. And red denying another good opportunity for blue. So, you know, playing with Flare the second half of this match, or even the past the first, I don't know, third of the match, they finally settled in. Have been doing a good job of denying flag runs and, you know, keeping that flag under control, but again, that's not leading to any caps for them. With 6.5 minutes left, they're running out of time very quickly. Killer here trying to delay, trying to catch Zeos off guard. Really, he's hoping for just a cover kill here, but as he jumps out, he's just going to catch an LG. GS3K kind of bouncing around red base. He's got plenty of cover on him, so he can take his time and go out whenever it's safe. He's going to switch up, try to take that quick route. Ooh, completely catches red defense. They went the other direction, trying to cut him off. Switched up. He's going to get all the way to his 50 without taking any damage, but there comes the rockets. Another pickup by Zeos, though. He's going to be in his front, or in his 50 armor. He can go straight to his flag, but he can't piston because he doesn't have the health. Red team, however, is entirely dead. Nobody has a chance to go in there and get a grab. And that's pretty much going to seal it on this map. Not unlike November, this is a map where there's not a whole lot of speed running you can do. There's a couple nice trick jumps you can do to be unpredictable, but you're not gonna cap in 10 or 15 seconds like on some of our other maps, no matter how good your pistoning skills are. Let alone if the other team has anything to do about or to say about it. So Toggle jumping out to mid, and once again 3 there for blue team, and they're also getting this flag across mid. So they've just they've just controlled all the key areas of the map. I mean, every time we see a key fight going on around the flag, SaSSy's got an extra man. Just being in the right place at the right time. I don't feel like the power-up control has made a huge difference on either of the maps that we've seen in this match. Certainly we saw the amp controlled by Flare on November, and that really didn't come into play. I think SaSSy has been able to just sort of out CTF Wu here. And we see a 5th cap coming in, pretty much academic at this point. 4.5 minutes of garbage time coming up, so we're going to pour through some of these stats. I'm going to go ahead and watch some of this defense by Blue that is pitching a shutout so far. And if they can hold off for 4.5 minutes, this may be the first entire match shutout, this 2-map shutout that we see all season, if I recall. So that'd be pretty impressive if we can see them do that. These are 2 maps that are often low scoring. Pistola not always, but often. And November usually low scoring, so not entirely surprising that we would see our first 2-map shutout on some very defensive maps. There are other maps like Chrome that you can see that on, even Virility. And they're going to pull a 6 cap across here, so pretty much just padding their stats right now. As we covered in a previous cast, I do believe that total cap counts is going to be one of the tie-breaking factors. So it does kind of behoove your team to push across some of those extra caps. One thing you note about Chowie too when you watch him play defense, since Zeos is often pushing forward, getting those unpredictable, shots in the back and doing a lot of damage, Chowie often plays more of a down and dirty kind of defensive role, and that his net won't be very big, his numbers won't be huge, but he'll do a ton of damage to people who grab the flag. And you see the double kill flat coming in, more of a close quarters combat type of defender. He's going to run around the flag stands and really just do as much damage as possible to people, so that even if he doesn't get the flag kills, it'll be much easier for Zeos to finish them off. And again, that's reflected in the scores that we're seeing here. You can see just this massive net deficit by Wu. They were, again, it was not shocking even on paper. They're definitely outmatched when it comes to fragging ability this match. But I think they were really missing Fail Sauce, because when you've got Killer and Fail Sauce, 2 extremely aggressive flag runners, you can help overcome a lack of fragging ability. Certainly, XDBS missing for their team, their first round pick, who I believe was picked in large part to help bolster up their fragging ability, especially in that mid offensive role. Not able to make it, still having internet problems. There's still sort of an outgoing search for solutions to that admins and captains will have to work with, but that definitely hurt them. But with 2 minutes left, we're seeing these flags moving, and I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to Zeos now. We can watch him play a little bit more defense. See him dominating once again. Red now getting almost to their 50 armor, so oddly enough, that was one of their better opportunities they've had actually all match. I mean, on November, they really barely even got the flag. I don't think they ever got into their front door once. And on here, I don't think they've ever gotten into their... So I don't think they've gotten the flag completely into their base at all this entire match. So not only is Blue Team pitching a shutout, they're really not even giving up what you might call quality grabs. I mean, they're getting... Red has gotten this flag moving. They've got it out to mid a few times, but they've never really gotten back into their own base. So they really haven't even had a chance to convert, let alone any conversions. So 1 minute away from a shutout victory by SaSSy if they can hold this flag down. So the offense has pretty much done their job here, and it was just up to the defense to be able to hold it down with no real help there. It was pretty much just 2 people, and not only did they do it, they did it in really impressive fashion. So a good all-around effort by SaSSy. Came with pretty much their starting lineup. I think they have 6 people that you can consider a starting lineup, Mintek being one of them now. He's stepped up into a really solid, like I say, I guess you would call it a starting role. Ooh, actually, Red Team looks like they're threatening to cap, and oh, they finally deny them on the stick, so not able to break that shutout. So there's the final buzzer, 6-0. So another dominant win by SaSSy. The catapulting themselves by far into first place this league. They haven't dropped a match yet, or a map yet. There's 6 maps won. I don't know what the math is, but they've got to be getting close to guaranteeing themselves a playoff spot. We may have to look into that math for the next cast we do and see just how this point system works. Remember, you get 3 points for a map win and 1 point for a map loss. So at some point, it actually becomes mathematically impossible for this team not to make the playoffs. And given how many splits we've seen in matches from other teams, they've got to be nearing that point. I mean, that's going to be their 5th and 6th map win. So they're already going to have 18 points here, and with only, there's 7 teams, each team's going to have 6 matches. If they can win one more match and get both maps, I think that'll be it for them. That'll clinch playoff spots for them already. So a great first half of the season already coming out by SaSSy, and we'll see if they can continue that into their next match.